Greetings, it's Eric Bakker, naturopath from New Zealand, author of Candida Crusher, formulator of the CanXida range of products. Thanks for checking out this video today. I've got an interesting video today. We're going to talk about the 5 breakfast mistakes to avoid. So try not to do these things. You're going to feel a lot better, your weight's going to come off, energy's going to go up, sleep's going to improve, digestion's going to improve. Breakfast is king. Always remember that. Breakfast is king. Dinner is prince. Lunch is prince, dinner is pauper. So breakfast is the big one. Now, a lot of people will tell you should never skip breakfast, but we're going to talk about that too. So let's go to number 1. I call it digital breakfast. So eating when you've got your mobile phone in your hand and checking out who likes you, or posting pictures of your food, or looking at a crazy cat video or something dumb like that. So try and put these things away when you're eating. When I was in Las Vegas recently and I sat down, even at a buffet to eat, I found most people on their devices when they're having food. If that's what you're doing, to me it's a bit like driving a car when you're on your mobile phone. Those two things don't really go together because they require concentration. And I think food does too. It needs relaxation and concentration. So having a digital breakfast is not a great idea. Eating breakfast in front of TV, hearing about the latest political crap that's happening, not a good idea. So that's a mistake a lot of people make today, is actually eating food with some kind of device. So that's mistake number 1. Number 2, not eating breakfast at all. About 20% of people eat no breakfast at all. They just totally skip breakfast. They might have a cigarette, they might have a cup of coffee, but they eat no food until around 12 or 1. The people with the biggest weight issues tend to do that. Eating early in the day tends to have a much better effect on your metabolic rate later in the day. It also improves your concentration, your energy, and your fat burning, and your blood sugar regulation. You don't have to eat when you get up. You may want to eat 8 o'clock, you may want to eat 9 o'clock. It's important to eat some kind of food. Some people don't eat until they're hungry. That's fine too. But when your metabolism is working well, you'll be hungry and you'll want to eat some food. A cup of coffee is not a good breakfast. You need to have more than just a caffeine and a sugar load. So that's mistake number 2, is skipping breakfast entirely. All right? Don't skip. If you don't want to eat early, eat a little bit later on. Preferably allow a good 3 to 4 hours between breakfast and lunch if you are going to push it down a little bit. Number 3, sugary breakfast. Coffee, donuts, or some kind of cereal containing high fructose corn syrup. Now I previously did a video, I spoke a lot about high fructose corn syrup, and when I was walking around in a supermarket in Los Angeles, I found over half the foods contain this junk. So when you watch my video previous I've done on it, I explained about leptin and ghrelin and different hormones that are affected by this corn syrup. So you'll find it a lot in diet drinks. Research from about 10 years ago has shown that diet drinks in fact make people fatter than cola drinks with plain sugar in it. So the high fructose, the corn syrup, it has an ability to make you want to have more sweet stuff. It also increases your appetite, so you want more and more of it. So be careful of cereals containing high fructose corn syrup, yogurts, chewing gums, muesli bars. Many like health foods can actually contain this kind of junk in them. So just be aware of that. Sugar, as you know, is really bad for breakfast in the morning. So preferably don't have things that are very sweet for breakfast. Which leads me into point number 4, not enough protein. Many people have just a smoothie in the morning, and often there's not enough protein in there. A friend of mine, when I was in Los Angeles recently, we spoke about the need to, I said, why don't you eat an apple every day? It'll really improve your gut function. He said, oh, no worries, I'll just put it in my smoothie in the morning. I said, no, don't do that. Actually chew the apple, eat it. It's going to stimulate the gut. It's going to be a lot better for your digestive system. It's going to provide a nice, good a substrate in the gut to build healthy bacteria. Chewing leads to better pooing. Funny, eh? So the protein is a big one because the protein is really going to help control your appetite. Sugar increases it, protein delays it. It takes a long time for protein to break down. So eggs for breakfast to me is superb. You may not want it every day. Avocado, you may want to have even a protein drink in the morning. That's another option. You could look at a high protein drink. And then an hour or two later, have a piece of fruit, something to eat. So that could be a benefit if you're in a hurry. But there are many high protein foods you can eat for breakfast, but eggs are one of the best. You can also get cereals that are high in protein. Good natural cereals that contain some nuts and seeds that don't contain this high fructose junk in them. All right? And the fifth one is not enough fat. Fat's very important, and many people still believe if you avoid fat, you won't get fat. So they eat carbs. There are many people still, my age, the baby boomers, caught in that time warp where they were told to avoid fat because fat is bad for you, bad for your heart, and pasta's good. Some people still believe that. So relying on fat is very, very satisfying for the body in terms of appetite control. And good fats promote very good cellular health. Bad fats like deep fried foods and hydrogenated fats found in a lot of crap in the supermarket again, they actually accelerate aging, and promote oxidative stress, free radical damage. And these things make you look a lot older than you are. They accelerate it. They push you into disease states. So what are some healthy fats you can eat? Coconut fat, organic, non-GMO sunflower oil. There are many different oils and fats. Good quality butter is very good. Even lard, if you can get a good quality lard, which people used 100 years ago, it's great fat to cook in, for example. So that's just a few solutions for you. So be careful of those 5 things. I'll just run through them again quickly so remember them. Digital breakfast. Avoid these blipping things when you're eating. Put them away. You don't need to look at all this stuff. Skipping breakfast altogether, not a good idea. Even if you have to delay it, all right? But just eat something. Sugary breakfast, no good. Not enough protein and not enough fat. 5 mistakes that many people make. Thanks for tuning in.